My name is Lisa, and this is Happy to Hook Creations. This is a crochet podcast. Talk about yarn, crocheting, stitches, tutorials, pretty much anything that's crochet related, and also, life happenings. Um, we pretty much cover a large range of items and things to say and discuss, but mostly crochet. So I hope everyone is doing well. Today is Friday. Whoop whoop. It is February 12th in the year 2021. I do have a few finished objects that I have completed since my last video from last week. And I have one whip that I'm working on. I kind of changed things up a little bit. If you follow me on my Facebook page, you would have seen that I had all the yarn ready, and I wanted to use the contrast color dark brown, and I didn't like how it was going to look. For some reason I was wanting it to kind of all go together, but when I really looked at it closely, I thought the dark brown was just a bit much and I needed a lighter color. So I got an ivory instead, and I'll show you guys that. I also have a couple of shout outs to some of my subscribers who suggested some items that I haven't tried yet, but I definitely want to get that out there because there were some great ideas. And what else? Update on the craft room, because yeah, I moved some stuff around again. I will get it. Still have my yarn. So we're going to talk about a few things. I'm going to try not to get long-winded. I know my last video was a little bit long, but I try to keep it 30 minutes or under. So we'll shoot for that, and if not, just get you something to drink and get some crocheting while you're listening to me gab a little bit. I do believe this is video 118 maybe. I'm trying to keep track. I'm really bad at that, but I like to kind of know how I'm progressing when I do progress a little bit. I do want to say hi to my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, and that also goes for the ones who have been with me from the very beginning. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your support and your prayers and your comments, everything. I appreciate you guys so much because, wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much for that. All right, so let's see. What did we discuss in the last video? I was trying to write some stuff down so I'd kind of have an idea of what I wanted to discuss. And I wrote it down here. All right, so real quick, we're going to go through finished objects, and then I'll explain the rest of that here in a minute. Okay, first, also, if you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, you need to hop over there and follow me so you don't miss anything. So I posted a picture of yarn that I found at a thrift store. I found it a couple of years ago, and I don't remember around what time, maybe around this time of year, because it was, Valentine's colors, and it was, how thrift stores always put like a themed thing up, or a themed area when there's a holiday coming up. Or I know Valentine's Day is not really a holiday, but it's our oldest daughter's birthday, so I always look for little trinkets and stuff for her. And I found this yarn. It is a super bulky. It is probably a 6 or 7 because it was very thick, and I had to use a Q hook to get this done. They only had 2 skeins of it, so I don't know what the yardage was. If I had to guess, maybe 60, maybe 70, but I had maybe 12 or 18, probably about 18 inches of yarn left. That was it. But I was able to make this cowl. Woo woo. You guys know that this cowl is like my favorite to make. With buttons, without buttons, but this is the one. Yeah, look, see? Yeah, I've got a bit of a pinched nerve there, so they taped me this morning after therapy because I don't know, it was kind of weird. But but anyway, I got a cowl out of that. I was so excited. And it's pretty stretchy, so it goes right on. I don't wear them. So I'll either give this to one of my kids or put it up on the shop, or, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's super thick. I have no idea what the material is. It might be a wool blend because it feels like it could be a wool blend. It's not the softest, but it is super thick. And when I tried it on, I was like, oh, I don't like being hot, you guys. I just don't. And, but I just love the way it turned out. And like I said, it used both So, and they were 99 cents each of the balls of yarn. So I had to get it. And I knew there wasn't that much because I was thinking, man, it's not going to be able to make anything. But like, again, I posted it on Instagram and I said, you know what? I'm trying to get rid of all my thick yarn because I don't have any place for it. I didn't want to sit it on top of my bookcases, and I definitely didn't want it in my closet. So it's just going to stay there, and I'm just going to grab something out of there. And these two were in there at the bottom when I had dumped it all out, and me and the kids were going through yarn and only put blanket yarn or really thick yarn back in there. So I know it's overflowing, but I got rid of 3 balls of yarn because this took 2. So this is finished object number 1. And I just used, I don't even remember how many I chained. Maybe 60. This is really thick yarn, you guys. I know I used my Q hook, which is 15 millimeter. So this is the hook that I used to get it done. And like I said, it did, I mean, it was great. And I love having sewn together because my daughter always puts her phone in there. When she's got, you know, she just kind of tucks it in there, and she says she likes when I sew them because she knows that it'll stay there if she doesn't have pockets or she just wants to reach out and grab it when she's, I don't know, shopping or whatever. But so that's the first one, and I think this was half double crochet. So that's the first one. I'm gonna sit it right there out of the way. I'm rocking my Star Wars hat today. No, Star Trek. I had my Star Wars shirt on and I did match. My grandson Cameron, yeah, you better believe they'll tell you if you do anything that's out of the ordinary or doesn't match. So I've got on, what do I have on? Oh, I've got my, what is this one? Multiple sclerosis shirt. That's right. All right, so the next one, and this was called Peachy, I believe, the Bernat baby yarn, and Peachy. And I just made one. I only found the one, but it made a nice little, almost like I don't even want to say a lapgan, but kind of like an oversized little blankie that a little kid can. So I made this for Daphne. No, not Daphne. Is it Daphne? I've got so many that I've made things for. Daphne's little sister, Ellie. So Daphne is our preacher's daughter. And they have 2 girls and a boy. Gabriel is their son, and then Daphne's the middle one, and Ellie, who just had a birthday, so it's for Ellie. She just turned 3, and whenever she comes over here, I have blankets on the back of our couch, one of the scrap blankets that I have been making, and as soon as she comes in here, she takes her shoes off, she takes off her jacket, and she'll say blankie, and she'll point to it, and I'll get it down for her, and she'll just sit down either on the couch or on the floor and cover up with that thing. So I thought I'm gonna make her a nice little soft, squishy little blanket that she can cover up with. And she's, like I said, she just turned 3. I probably have another skein around here somewhere. I might add pink around the edges, but at least it got rid of 3 balls of yarn because this was a 10.5 ounce ball. So, you know, it's not too bad. And she's such a cute little thing, and she just loves blankets. And then the 2 that I used to make the cowl. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to grab 1 or 2. I have lots of that gray. And then there's a variegated that's right there that has the same color. So that will definitely be a blanket because I think there's 8 in there, 4 of each color. So that'll definitely make something. But so far, I got rid of 3 balls of yarn, and I'm excited about that. So there's that, and that, like I said, I'll take this Sunday to church to give to little Miss Ellie. And let's see, I've got 1 whip, but hold on, sorry guys. Okay, so these next 4 I'm showing you I was playing around with some of my Scrubby yarn, and I brought it down, here we go. There's 2 of them. So I used Yarn Bee Scrubology. That's what this was used on. Let me get that out of the way. Last week in that video, I told you guys that I was waiting to hear back from Mount Zion. It's a town south of here where I do craft shows. And this one I've been doing for about 6 years now. This might be year 7 because it's 2021. Yeah, this is probably my 7th year. But, you know, with the pandemic and everything, we haven't had craft shows in a while. And you guys remember the last the last one with the fiasco with the woman coughing and just got me really upset. But they're only accepting less than, they're actually less than half of what they normally do. It's a convention center, so it's a nice, huge room. And it's, of course, normally wall-to-wall vendors. Well, this time around, they were only allowing 35 vendors to get in. So when they sent me the invite, I filled out the application and sent it back. And, you know, I was just waiting to hear. And they said around the 4th, well, I didn't hear anything, and I didn't hear anything, and I didn't hear anything. So I just figured I didn't get in. And then finally, I got an email that said I was one of the 35 vendors. And so that is March, I think March 5th and 6th, or 6th and 7th, whatever the Friday and Saturday is. Friday, you have 2 hours. They usually from 7 to 9, because a lot of people who can't make it on Saturday because they have plans or they have to work will come Friday night just to see what you have and to maybe make purchases. I always sell something Friday night, just in the 2 hours. So you get there, you set up everything early, have everything that you need, and then you know, some people are allowed to come in and shop and check out what's there, because, you know, word of mouth is great, because then they can say, hey, you need to go to the convention center and check out so-and-so's table or whatever. So 35 people, everyone, you know, you can't get in without wearing a mask, and everything's gonna be about, I think they said 6 to 10 feet apart, the tables. And it's a huge, like I said, it's a huge room. They usually have it for receptions, for weddings and stuff like that. So it's gonna be very spacious and very aware of the pandemic. So people will be social distancing. That's the word I was looking for. So I am gonna do it. And I decided, okay, I gotta make more scrubbies and more dishcloths, because you never have enough. That's always the first thing that goes. I had discussed making towels. Not sure if I'm gonna get to do any this time around, because at the last craft show, I sold all, but when I looked, I only had 2 washcloths left. I have no scrubbies made up at all. No face scrubbies, no kitchen scrubbies with the scrubology, or, you know, the scrubby part. I don't have any of that stuff, so I got to get some made up. So I was just playing around with the stitches, which stitch to use, because I'm just trying something different. You know, I always go to the norm. I just was thinking a little bit outside the box, because not everybody wants something that's like this one. This was the first one. It's actually, it feels really heavy, and it was just the Scrubology, the red. I used it by itself. I made actually like a rectangle, and I can't remember how many I went up. Maybe 5. I think I went 5 rows up using front post double crochet. I did chain 25, and then put 25 in the circle. It was bee hooked. I'll put the link in the description box below. And I just did a little extra. She did 25 double crochets, and I ended up doing 30 because I had so much left over. So what she has you do is you do a chain, and then you link the chain together, and then instead of putting the double crochet inside each stitch, you just go around it, kind of like it's a big ponytail holder, and you're just stitching around that chain. So that's kind of how you do it, and then you just pull it, cinch it at each end, and it makes a circle and a nice little scrubby. Now this one's really thick. I don't particularly like the little bump it leaves in the middle, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna make these. I mean, if they're using it for your pot, it's not a big deal, but that is just really bugging me. It's you know, it's good. It's a good texture and scrubby. And with this one, I used an H hook. So, and it's, you know, it's a little wonky. I don't mind it, but I just thought I'll just keep playing around and see what I can get. So that one was an H hook double crochet. All right, well, I'll sit it right there. All right, so this one, same stuff, Scrubology. That one was just red. This one's called, and these are 100% cotton. Nice to meet you. That's the name of this one. Let me see. This one must have had something. Was this weird? Nope, just red. And this one's called Nice to Meet You. So can you see the little ridges right there? How that's made? Okay, so with this one, I used a J hook. Same pattern, still chain 25, made the circle, put 25 this time in the circle. And then, you know, 4 or 5 rows and then cinched each end. Now, the cinching in the middle is better. It's not as rough as the red one. But I'm not sure that I like that because the hook size was so much bigger. Now, these were front post double crochets all the way around. So I don't know. I like it. It's, you know, somebody's bound to buy it. I just, still playing around with it. So, of course, Jack sees those and he says, hey, can you make me another one? Because mine's getting kind of bad, which it is. I always make some for him and our son, Nathan, and then Abby likes them as well. And his was getting, it's getting old, so I told him I would make him another one. So, and this is what I came up with. So with this one, I started out just making a circle. I did 4 rows of increases, and then I started decreasing. So, and I was just continuous. So I started here and I decreased until it kept getting smaller and smaller. That way there's no creases around the edge. It's 2 layers, okay? Because I made the round circle, and then once it got to the size that I wanted, I just started decreasing until there was just a teeny little hole left, and then I sewed it up and then went in and out so that both layers would be connected in the center. And this I like. So I'll just make some like this, only a little bit smaller. It's because it's still thick, but it's not so thick it's kind of funny looking, or funny feeling, not looking. But and then in the middle, the part in the middle where you sew it together is much smoother, and that's what I like. So this is for Jack, but I might make a few this size, but normally they'll be, I mean, see how much different they are. So this is, to me, this is like a normal scrubby size, and this one will be for Jack because he wanted one that kind of fits in his hand. So, and like I said, I'm going to make a few of these because I do like them. But I don't, like I said, I don't have any made up. So I really got to get busy and get those done. And this one was just a gray, maybe peaches and cream. You know what? I don't know. If you remember from the beginning, if you guys remember, I went to St. Louis at my last job for a meeting, and I stopped at Michael's and bought like 2 carts worth of cotton yarn because they were 99 cents for the, you know, peaches and cream and whatever other brand. I just know it was 100% cotton. So this was one of them because I couldn't find gray yarn, and I stopped this too soon. I believe it's 9 inches across, but only 8 down. So I could have done more rows to make it an even square. I did not do that, but I will when I make the rest of my, the rest of them. Close the door. Thank you. They're so inquisitive. And this one was half double crochet. Now, when I make these dishcloths, I really like the way they turn out with doing, and I know there's a name for it, and I don't ever remember it. And people always put in the comments, hey, Lisa, that stitch is called whatever. So it could be seed stitch, lemon stitch. I don't know. I just know it's single crochet, half double crochet, or single crochet, double crochet in every other one. And then when you chain one and alternate, you put the double crochet in the single and the single crochet in the double. And I really, really like the way it makes the dishcloths look. That's just such a nice textured look. So that's probably what I'm going to use. This one was definitely a half double, and it still folds nicely, and I have labels to put around them that just say 100% cotton dishcloth, so that it, you know, will look nicer on the table. So that, oops, I've got things kind of just coming out at each other. That's all I've had made up, but you know, I still have a few weeks before the craft show. So, you know, whenever I think about it on the weekend or whatever, I'll just whip those up because they don't take any time at all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are my 6 finished objects that I've had. It's been kind of a busy week for me. I did start another blanket, and like I said, I had a chocolate brown, I'm trying to get everything organized here so nothing gets messed up. So I had a chocolate brown for the edge. Oh, I forgot a color. Oh, darn it. Okay. So on Facebook, on our Facebook page, Happy to Hook Creations, If you're not in our group, come on over. We'd love to have you. I found some colors of yarn, and they are, hold on, Becca. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. 44th Street Yarn Bee. I'm sure you guys remember that I purchased this, and it is a number 3 light. Okay, and I got it. The mustard color is not there, but I have this in olive. I have it in ruby. I have it, oops, I have it in ivory. Oh, there it is. I'm trying to hold them all together here. And then mustard. So these are the colors that I'm using. And I had a chocolate brown as the, because I'm using two strands of yarn held together. So one strand of each color with another color together. And I chose chocolate brown, and I just didn't like the way it was looking. So I frogged that, and oops, this is the color I'm using now. I frogged it and chose instead to use an ivory color, and this is probably a red heart, I don't know. But it's, you know, it's ivory, tannish kind of color. And it is looking like this so far. I like it much better. So I started with the ivory color. Okay. And I know it's really close. You can probably see, yeah, you can see the difference. So there's the ivory from the 44th. And then this is the color from the red heart. So you can definitely tell that there's a difference. I chained 89 or 90. 89 sounds better, because I know I ended with an even number, and 88's the year I got married, so that's probably what I did. I think about weird stuff like that. So, so anyway, I chained 89 and ended up with 88 because I did a half double crochet in the second chain from the hook, and that's all I've been doing. Holding 2 strands together, 1 strand of, like I said, each color, and then my contrasting color, which is that ivory. And I've already gone through one. I just started the other one, and I think this ball of yarn has like 700 or 800 yards in it. It's probably a pound. It's the pound ball. So whatever that has in it, I know it's a lot. So I chained 89, ended up with 88 chains after the first row, and then I made 18 rows of this color because I'm trying to duplicate. So I'm going to have 2 rows of each color basically when I'm done. So here's the mustard. So there's the ivory, here's the mustard color, and I'm on the olive right now. And I think I only have 1 row left. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 16, 17 rows. Yep. So I have 1 more row left, and then I'm starting on the burgundy, and then I'll start over again with mustard. So after the burgundy, then it'll be mustard, olive, burgundy again, and then I'll finish with the ivory. And it's just, you know, I just wanted to make something. I hadn't made any fall colored blankets in a while. Temperature blankets, just something always happens. And I don't know. I just got frustrated, guys, and just said I'll just try it again later, if at all. I mean, seriously, maybe the project is too much for me. I don't know. Oh, it's frustrating. But this one I started, I don't know if it's been a week. I think it was last week that I showed that I wanted to start on it. So I haven't, it's not too bad. I hope to have it finished by this weekend. So there it is. And that is, I've got lots of whips in in bags, but I'm not even going there. So, all right. So those are my finished objects. That is my whip. I told you about the craft show, and I did have 2 ideas that I wanted to, well, I had more than 2, but I wanted to thank Jenny Edge. She said to use my extra yarn, because all my, circular yarn balls, because I've been making scrap blankets. She says to use them and make smaller ones for pet blankets. I thought that was a great idea, and donate them, which is awesome. So I will definitely do that. And then Glenna G said that she uses faux fur for scrunchies. Wouldn't even have thought of that. So I'd like to try that as well. And Let's see. I think that's it. I had some good suggestions on the towel topper, but I didn't write anything down there. I don't know why, but anyway, so I just wanted to thank you guys for your suggestions and to let you know, even though sometimes I don't comment, I'll just heart that. I read every single comment that you guys put down there. And I've watched a lot of my podcasters, and a lot of times I don't comment because I'm trying to catch up. And, you know, if there's something that I think I should make a comment about real quick or say hi to somebody, I'll just say hi or do that unless I have, you know, time to really make a comment. But I do read them and I do appreciate them. So just keep them coming, you guys. That's great. Let's see. Oh, what else? What else? Oh, I wanted to thank Seta from Seta's Place because she left information, as I think I told you this in a couple of videos ago, but I got my calendar, and this is from the bank in Alaska. It's the First National Bank. And if you go to Seta's Place, I will put a link in the description box below, and she will have the information to order your own, because she is doing a calendar cowl. This is her second year. This one last year was hats. This year it is cowls. The cowl for cowls. And this is February. And I found some yarn. I don't have anything sparkly. I've got some gray sparkly that I want to mix with it. But I thought, you know, this is pretty close. If you can see that up close right there. And then there's that. So it's close. This is my first pick. I don't have the blue, and I'd like to find something to incorporate that blue in. So I'm going to look through my sparkle yarn and see if I can't maybe mix something up, and we'll see what happens. So, but thank you, Seta, for that, for putting the information down. And definitely a big thank you to the First National Bank of Alaska for sending these out free of charge. I think that is absolutely awesome. So thank you guys so much, because for those of us who like to follow Miss Seta, it's nice to have it in hand. So thank you for that. Let's see. And, oh, so craft show, or craft room. Quick update. I'm trying to, all right. So as you can see, I had my baskets there. I had a red basket behind, and then a pink basket. So I slid that over because I had to have somewhere for Felicia to go. So I put her back up there, and that is the, oh, it's Miss Seta's pattern. Hug and a shawl. That's what I'm thinking. I'll find it, and I'll put a description or a link below to that information. But there's that. This is the blanket that I showed you. That is going to my niece, Sarah. Her and her husband, Zachary, are due to have their son any day now. She's due any day. So that you will not be seeing soon, because I'm going to package it up because they live about an hour and 15 minutes away from here. Yarn wise, I think everything's about the same. I've been hanging up things in the closet, and I finally got some stuff up on my shelf. not a lot. So, okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out there. So these are the two baskets that I took off of the bookcase. Of course, there's Esmeralda. She doesn't have a name, but you know. And then there is the puzzle that my mother and father-in-law put together for me, glued it, and then put it on a frame, which I absolutely love. I don't have anything in those yet. I'm kind of working it out to see where everything's going to go and how it's going to, you know, how it's going to be. So we'll see. Like I said, it's a work in progress. The floor is still chock full of stuff all over the place. We'll get to it. I'll get to it when I get to it. But I'm being very, I just messed that up. I'm just being very thorough this time with whatever I put on my shelf. And, you know, if I haven't used the yarn in a while, I'm not going to put it up. If I don't think I'm going to use it, it's probably just going to be put in a giveaway or something, because I don't want it to sit here and not get used when someone else can use it. So I'll definitely get that done. And that is probably all I have. I'm trying to think. The minute I turn this off, I'm going to go, oh, I didn't tell them about that. But that just gives me time for another video, right? I did have therapy today, and we have extremely cold weather. It's 11 degrees right now. We're expecting negative degrees in the next couple of days, so it's going to be very, very cold. I go back to work on Tuesday. We're off today for a holiday. We're off Monday for a holiday, and then Tuesday is my official first day back after 6 weeks. So I'm excited. But yep, the shoulder's doing really well. This is, like I said, I've got like a bit of a pinched nerve here. So sometimes it's just kind of agitating. So they use some therapy tape to help take the pressure off a little bit to see if it helps. And then I've got a brace to wear at night when I go to bed. But, you know, other than that, it doesn't affect, making a fist is kind of a problem because it kind of pinches in there. But she said that it could have been because I had on the brace or the sling for so long that it wasn't circulating blood flow or something. So we're just, you know, trying things out to make sure that nothing else is going to go on in there. Go back to work Tuesday and wear a brace. Oh my word. So, but anyway, other than that, things are great. The kids are getting really loud. So, uh-oh, I just dropped something. So I'm going to get off here. I hope you guys are all well. Please stay safe. If you are in the Texas area, especially around Fort Worth and Austin, you know, we're praying for you guys. I know that pileup was horrible. I've got family that live in Texas, and I am glad that they're safe, but I am praying for those who have lost their loved ones in that horrific accident that they had on the highway. So just be safe, guys. And, you know, slow down. Just be safe. Get to where you're going in one piece, as well as the other people on either side of you and in front and behind you. So, yeah. And stay warm, because if I'm in the, you know, the Midwest, and whew, it's cold. It is cold. So stay warm. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again for supporting my channel. Stay safe. Be happy. I'll see you when I see you. Happy hooking, guys. Bye.